Okay, Professor, so let's continue by now looking at each of these tools that can help us plan, okay? Of course, I believe that when we say tools, you appreciate what tools are. Tools are more or less like um, helping um, um, helping devices, right? Or gadgets or whatever it could be, or information, right? Tools are not necessarily tangible. Sometimes it can be intangible. Information can be a powerful tool that can be used in decision making. So when we are looking at tools, we are looking at all the things that can assist the management to plan. That is why I even mentioned calendar, because a calendar can assist you to plan. So a calendar is a tool for planning. Okay. There are other softwares, etc. We spoke about them. But for now, we are looking at budgeting. So how can budgeting be a tool for planning? Or what is budgeting in itself? Professors, let me hear you. Okay, Prof. Portia, you have the floor. Prof, go ahead. We are listening to you.
Okay, say budgeting can be a tool in planning because if you're able to list down all what you want to achieve and you budget maybe your limited income or resource to achieve those objectives, it becomes like a tool for planning because it has helped you prepare for the future and to view the expenses in line with goals and objectives. Thank you.
Okay. Any other view? Any other view? My other professors, please talk to me. I'm sure each of
Budgeting.
yes, Prof. Paddy, budgeting.
So is to plan and allocate financial resources to achieve specific goals.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Prof. Paddy. Many other from Prof. Na or Prof. Selikem, Prof. Zoe, budgets or budgeting. Okay, I believe let's appreciate what a budget is, then we can of course define budgeting. So we know a budget is a plan, mainly a financial plan. So budget has to do with finances, right? Normally projecting your income and expenses. So I think the government of Ghana has been doing this on yearly basis. Every year, the government of Ghana draws its budget or draws her budget, right? And all that they do in the budget is to allocate resources by way of also looking at their income and expenses, right? So a budget is a financial plan that outlines your expected income as well as your expected expenditure over a specific period of time. Hence, budgeting is the process of outlining your projected income and expenses, or the process of actually preparing a financial plan. That's budgeting. Okay. So highlights I want you to pick here is that budgeting focuses on finances, how you allocate your financial resources. So, for example, I think at least we have all been doing budgeting, right? Where you project your expected income. So I'm sure sometimes you sit down and then you take a paper, you write, okay, drop money, 500 cedis. Then you begin to write, I will buy shoe, 150. I will buy pen, 50. I will give 100 cedis to this person. Okay. So what are you doing? You are just giving out a detailed financial plan of how you are going to spend your income. That's your job money, right? So that is budgeting, and this is actually a tool, very important in planning, specifically planning about finances or financial resources. So that's budgeting. Okay, any question, professors? I don't think so. The second one is forecasting or projecting. Forecasting or projecting. Please, are we clear about the budgeting? Are we clear that it is purely the process of outlining a financial plan or outlining your expected income and your expected expenses? Okay. So let me give an example. If a business sets a goal of, say, making 50% increase in profit this year, then they would have to do budgeting by way of looking at their expected income. How much are we expected to sell? So expected sales and expected expenses associated with that sales, to be able to tell that yes, indeed, we can make this 50% increase in profit or not. So it then buttresses the point that budgeting is an effective tool when you are planning, especially in the arena of financial resources. Okay. Point 2, forecasting or projecting. Professors, what do you know about forecasting? Forecasting, to forecast or to project. Yes, who is going to talk to me about forecasting? Prof. Zoe. Oh, I think we have all been doing forecasting one way or the other. Have we not been doing forecasting? Prof. Zoe, any idea as to what to forecast means? What? I think Zoe is still gathering her thoughts. Prof. Selikum, forecast.
Yeah, I started the second.
Please, forecasting refers to the application of mathematical concepts or rules to analyze a series of past data with the aim of predicting future values or trends.
Okay. Prof. Selikum has given us powerful English. Powerful English. Any version that will be more, Prof. Oswell. Prof. Oswell, can we hear you on forecasting? I don't know if I should use this example, but have we all not heard about Lotto forecasters? How many of you have heard of or have heard about Lotto forecasting? I'll call it Augustine. You know of Lotto forecasting. So that should give you an idea as to what forecasting is. And so what do Lotto forecasters do?
They are those that they predict the lottos. This one, the lottos, like house left. You look at the past lottos, then they'll predict it for you. Whether you know.
You look at the past lottos. Please, apart from August, who else is familiar with this term I gave out? Lotto forecasters. Prof. Veronica, do you have an idea as to who a Lotto forecaster is?
Sir, please, I just joined. I don't know what you are talking about.
Don't you know a Lotto forecaster? Have you not heard of it before? Lotto is
Say
running
the people that do lotto.
the people that do Lotto. So how did they do it? Well, interesting thoughts there. So, well, it's funny. We hear some of these words. Okay, Portia, you want to speak about the Lotto forecasting, or you want to tell me about forecast?
I want to tell you about forecasting and Lotto forecaster.
Okay.
So the Lotto forecaster is like a person that predicts the outcome of lottery draws. Like
Mm-hmm.
you get like maybe if you play a game, they can predict whether you win or you lose.
Okay.
And forecasting is to predict the future, what the outcome will be on sales, revenue, income, like everything concerning the business.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So I just use that example to help you appreciate that when you talk about forecasting, forecasting has to do with making predictions, right? So making predictions, but your predictions are made based on past or historical records. So you look at the past records and you make a prediction. So the Lotto forecasters, what they actually do is you see them with that big graphic and with lots of numbers. And those numbers are draws that have been done previous years. Okay. So they go through all those previous records and then they're able to tell that, hey, today, this number, that number is going to drop as the winning number, right? So forecasting has to do with making predictions based on past or historical records. For example, as a student, you can forecast your grade in WASI by looking at your past performance in the particular subject. So if it's accounting and you want to make a forecast into your WASI, you look at the grade you had in Form 1 first semester, second semester, Form 2 first semester, in that order. So imagine if somebody is getting A in all these past semesters, then you can be sure to predict that this person is going to get what? An A in WASI. So businesses use this tool to be able to predict the outcome of their operations in the future. So if they look into their past records or history and they see that, oh, every year they were making profit, then they can confidently predict that next year we are going to make profit as well. So that is forecasting for us. Thank you, professors. Okay, let me put down something for the budgeting. So we saw budgeting is outlining a financial plan that details your expected income, expenses, and savings. So that is a budget for you, and that is forecast. Shall we now move to the next, which is decision trees? Decision tree. What is that, professors? Decision tree. I think we have been doing this, but we haven't taken notice of them. A decision tree. Oh, no idea. You know a tree, right? A tree has a root, it has branches, it has leaves, it has a stem. Okay. So decision tree, what is that? Oh, so my professors, it means, okay, I'm seeing something in the chat. Okay, I think I have Janelle here. Prof. Janelle, let me check what someone has written in the chat. And then, okay, so Prof now give us the forecasting in the chat. Okay, and then she's giving us her version of the decision tree. So it's more like a graphical representation of methods involved in decision making. Okay, great. Let me pick from Janelle. I'll pick from Josephine and Portia. So Janelle.
So please, is the graphical depiction of the procedure involved in making decision.
Okay. Okay. Yes. What next? The next person, Josephine. Let me hear you.
So please, decision trees are useful for analyzing difficult decisions.
Okay. Okay. So a decision tree. Okay, Portia. Yes, let me hear from you before I speak on that. Portia.
Okay, say a decision tree is like a presentation of decision-making process where you can use to evaluate options and make informed choices.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. Thank you very much. So
Welcome.
yes, decision in itself means making a choice out of numerous choices, if I'm to put it right. So a decision tree is more or less like the various the various points you would have to make a choice, but then immediately you make that choice, you have other alternatives, you have to make another choice until you get to the final choice or reach a final conclusion. Okay, so it's more or less like you start from the top of the tree, okay, with a question or a problem. So for example, we can draw let's see if we can draw a decision tree here. Let me see if I can give you something. So first of all, it's a visual tool. Like it is done in a picture form so you can see it. So it gives you that pictorial view or visual view. Okay. So let me give an example so that we can draw this decision tree. So for example, you wake up one morning and you are faced with the decision of going out or staying indoors. Okay. So on top of the tree, you have do you want to stay indoors or go outdoor? You come down and make a choice. So if you choose indoor, it doesn't end there. What are you going to do when you are indoors? Okay, so indoors, are you going to read? Are you going to watch a movie? Or are you going to sleep? So you see that right from the top, you move to the next level, move to the next level until you get to the final decision or conclusion. So the example I gave, we choose indoor, and then indoor, we have the option of sleeping, watching a movie, or playing a game, or cooking. Now, if you choose sleeping, you even have to go down to decide, are you going to sleep in the morning, or sleep in the afternoon, or sleep in the evening, or sleep throughout the day? Okay. If you choose playing game, what type of game do you want to play? Is it soccer? If you choose movie, is it a Chinese movie, Nigerian movie? So you see that this decision tree will help you maneuver your way from the top until you get to the bottom, that is the root of the tree, to be able to make that choice, that final conclusion. So that is an idea about a decision tree. Let me see. I think we have a pictorial view of that in the manual. So let me show professors the decision tree. Okay, yeah, so you see it here. All right, so they started with a question, and as they move to the root, let me see, I think I have one here. Let me see, I have one here. I can show professors a decision tree example. So professors, do you appreciate that? So you can use this tool in planning by way of putting the question there. As you set the goal there on top, and as you move down, you ask yourself questions and make choices that will lead you to the final destination or the final decision. Okay. So you see examples here. I don't know if you can see the screens very clearly. So this, for example, is a person fit? Age less than 30, yes or no? If you pick yes, eat a lot of pizza. That one, you have to answer the question yes or no. Okay. So it's like you descend down until you reach the final conclusion. Okay. Is any question about this decision tree? So these are all examples of decision tree you can think about. Yes, Prof. Josephine, question. Go ahead.
Please, can I see a clear view of the decision tree?
Okay, the ones I'm showing. Okay, let me see which one will be clear.
Yes, I can't see it properly.
Oh, I just wanted you to appreciate the structure, but I'm sure it will be difficult to see the content. Let me see one that, okay, this one, let me see if it can. It's difficult to see the text in the, but let me check this white one. I think what I see here is what animal tree, right? Animal tree has feathers, true or false. Can fly, has fins, true or false. Dolphin bear. Okay, so look at it. It's clearer here on the right. Okay, so they want to determine whether an animal indeed is a dolphin or a bear or a penguin or a hawk. Now, this is the decision tree they use. So first of all, you begin with, does the animal have feathers? If it is true, you go on to ask, can it fly? If it is true, then it's a hawk. If it is false, then it's a penguin, right? However, if the animal does not have feathers, that's if it is false. Then you ask, does the animal have fins? If yes, or if true, is a dolphin. If false, is what? A bear. Okay, so it means that for you to conclude or make a decision that this animal is a bear or a dolphin, look at where you have to start from before you finally reach the conclusion. Okay, so that's how the decision tree works. You start with the top question or the top decision or the goal. As you move down, you begin to ask yourself, and make choices until you reach your final choice. Is that okay, professors?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question from my professors? I think we can draw decision tree for ourselves, can't we? And I think I gave example as to whether you want to go outdoor or indoor. If you pick indoor, you move to the next, which is, are you going to sleep? Are you going to watch movie? Are you going to play game? If you pick sleep, are you going to sleep the whole 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, right? If you choose a game, are you going to play soccer game, or what type of game are you going to play? If it's a movie, what type of movie are you watching, right? So you see, you'll be answering those questions or making the choices until you reach the final choice. Then maybe you settle on, okay, sleep in the morning 5 hours. Then that's the final. Okay, let's move on. So that's about the decision tree, right? So I think back in your homes, you can do this. If you get what do you call it, a sticker pad, you can write some of these things and you paste it on your wall, right? It's like asking a question about or taking a decision on what type of car you want to buy. Okay, so the big goal is I want to buy a car, but you have to go down and ask yourself what type of car: Toyota, Hyundai, or Kia. If you go to Toyota, is it Toyota Camry or Toyota Corolla? So you see, you'll be climbing down or descending down from the top of the tree until you reach the root, until you finally settle on, okay, I want Toyota Camry 2017. Okay, so that's the decision tree. Scheduling. I think the scheduling, we shouldn't waste time about it because we have all been doing scheduling, right? Our school timetable or even our timetable on Omega is a type of schedule, right? So what is scheduling, professors? What is it? Scheduling. You have been using this term. I have a lot on my schedule. I have a lot on my schedule. What is scheduling? Portia. Okay, go ahead, Portia.
The scheduling is like a timetable.
It's like a time what?
Table.
Timetable. Okay. So Prof. Portia has just given her straightforward thinking. Yeah, Prof. Janelle.
Surface is the systematic planning of time to achieve specific goal.
Okay. Prof. Vero, yes, I have some new hands in the building. Prof. Veronica, let me hear you.
Scheduling is about managing time and assigning, organizing your work.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, Zoe is off. Prof. Enam, I haven't heard from you, Prof. Enam. Scheduling, what is it? And maybe I'll call on Augustine after.
Scheduling is the systematic planning of time to achieve specific objectives.
Okay. Thank you. Augustine, let me hear you.
So, scheduling refers to the step-by-step planning of time to achieve a type of goal you desire.
Okay. Thank you very much, my professors. So as you all rightly, there is a common element in all your submission. It has to do with, time, right? So scheduling is organizing your work or activities or event within a speculated time frame, right? So on your timetable, for example, you see on Mondays, 7:30 to 9:30, core maths. So you have been scheduled that between that period, you have to learn mathematics. Okay, so you have been allocated a specific time to complete a particular task. So scheduling has to do with allocating time, like you said, to be able to achieve a set or a specific goal, right? Thank you very much, professors. And then finally, we have the Gantt chart. The Gantt chart. Gantt chart. Let me speak about this chart. This chart was designed by, I think, an American. His name is Henry Gantt. Henry Gantt. Okay, I think he was a mechanical engineer and management consultant. This Gantt. So he designed this chart. Why was it popular? Because the way the chart was designed, in a way, helped businesses, okay, in their planning. So it became a very popular planning tool. Okay. Now, what is this chart? Okay, this chart is also another visual or graphical representation of how you want to achieve certain goals. Okay, but how Gantt did it? Let me pick my pen and demonstrate it on the screen for you. So this is how Gantt went about this particular chart. So if this is your graph, okay. Oh, my pencil doesn't want. Why did I choose? Okay. So if this is your graph, Henry Gantt says that put all your tasks, all the tasks you want to achieve, you put them here, okay, on the vertical line. So maybe I want to sleep, I want to talk, I want to eat. You put those tasks on what? The vertical line. Okay. And then horizontally, you put the timelines, maybe 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Okay, 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Then maybe 5 a.m. to 6. So maybe between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., I'm going to what? Talk. Okay, so I use a horizontal line to draw that particular timeline for that specific task, talking. If I'm going to eat from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., then I'm going to draw the line from 3 a.m. to where? 6 a.m. Okay. If I'm going to sit for, let's say, from 5 to 6, then I'll draw the line between 5 to 6. So the uniqueness of this chart is the fact that you put your task along the vertical axis and you put your timelines, okay, on the horizontal. So it's actually a graph. So that is the Gantt chart for you. Let me show you the one in the manual so you can appreciate better. Yeah, so you can see those. Okay, so these timelines were week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then the specific tasks were given here. I think unfortunately we cannot see. So this particular task will be done in week 1. This one will start from week 1 and enter week 2. So you see how they are drawing the horizontal lines against each of the tasks. And that is the Gantt chart. So you can draw a Gantt chart based on what you want to do and the timelines you want to give yourself. I think I should give that to you as an assignment, right? Each and every one of you should develop a Gantt chart. About what? Okay, I will make it so each and every one of you should find something and draw a Gantt chart about it. It could be how you spend your day. or how you want to write your WASI, or how anything. Just I want to see that. Can we do that, professors? Oh, no response. Can't we draw a Gantt chart?
No, say.
Oh, Portia is saying no. Okay, let's meet in the third session. I'll explain further, because each and every one of you here should be able to prepare a Gantt chart. So let's meet in the third session, because all of you will prepare and submit for me to mark. Thank you. See you in the last session.